I'm 39. I had not been on one date in 2 years. Then I invested $10,000 into my dating coach. Shout out to Anwar White. I met my fiance a year ago. He proposed 2 months ago. And now we're getting married in 5 months. So I'm going to finish telling you the iconic engagement story. After that, I'm going to use this page to help you become the CEO of your love life. But first, let's talk investments. People will spend $20,000 on Dr. Miami, $100,000 on higher education, but there are some people in my comments literally cringing at the idea of investing their money and protecting their hearts and their future love lives. So I know the cost. I literally wasted 13 years of my youth on a man because I was not educated on how to date, how to choose wisely, how to pick with intention and clarity. And that comes with consequences. Having children with someone who doesn't show up, wasting years in a low vibrational relationship, letting your emotions allow you to crash out and lead you away from your purpose, being delulu about the red flag. So as a CEO of a 7-figure content studio, I'm now the CEO of my love life. And I lead my love life with wisdom. Your literal life depends on who you choose. So I encourage you to choose wisely.
So let's talk about this woman who paid a coach $10,000 to find a man. Now, this is really interesting. I'm not going to lie. So people on the internet dragging this woman saying, oh, you pay $10,000 for common sense. But I think there's definitely more to it, right? And honestly, personally, I actually commend her. I know $10,000 sounds like a lot of money just to get dating advice, but people spend that kind of money on things that are also widely available on the internet. Okay, there's fitness coaches, dietitians, mindset coaches. Most of that information is online too, but people still pay a premium because they want structure, they want some support, they want some accountability. And if we're really looking at it, right, in life in general, our priorities are not the same. For this woman, that was her priority. Like for some people, their health is their number one priority, so they invest heavily in that. For others, it could be their career. For some people, it's finding the right partner, and I think that is valid. If she had the money and saw, dating as a serious area of growth for her, I don't think she's crazy for treating it like one. I think what a lot of us miss is how unprepared many of us are when it comes to dating. Like, if we're being honest, most people or most of us didn't grow up getting, good detailed guidance around relationships. Our parents told us, get good grades, get a good job, make sure you don't marry just anybody. But then it never actually sat us down and taught us how to pick a partner, right? I mean, most kids will probably see marriages of their parents, but not necessarily what led to those marriages, how the dating of their parents went and what led them to pick their partners. Things like even noticing red flags or how to walk away, those are not necessarily things that anybody will sit down and teach you. For some of us, we've been lucky to be in communities like a church where relationship advice is taken seriously, but a lot of people never really get that. So the first time they're actually really thinking critically about dating is right before they're supposed to choose a life partner. Like a lot of us, if you came from an African background like I did, your parents never talk about, whether you have a boyfriend or someone you're dating. But when you're done with school, they're like, where's the husband? I can't see him. Where is he? So it's no surprise that people are just winging it when it comes to relationships. Now, I get why this woman didn't just want to wing it. If you've had enough heartbreak, if you've dated all the wrong people, if you're constantly second guessing your gut, I can understand wanting, someone to guide you through a situation like that, through the dating space. And I think people are so fixated on the money. She paid 10K for a man. But I don't think that's what she paid for. Really, let's think about it. What she paid for was a process, right? For a mindset shift. As I'm saying it now, it sounds funny, but it's true. Right? She was paying for tools, for self-awareness as well. So she wasn't just paying, for the man. She was paying to be able to make better choices when it comes to dating. And, from what I gather, she probably used the coach as a sounding board as well. So maybe she'll go on a date, she'll come back and kind of unpack with him, oh, I went out with this guy, he said this, what do you think? He did that, should I be concerned? That kind of real-time feedback can really help people who have never had it before. Worst case scenario, right? Even if this current relationship doesn't work, even if she's engaged or married to him now, I'm not sure. I think she's engaged. But let's say worst case scenario, she ends up, getting divorced one day. She's not leaving empty-handed, right? The knowledge still stays with her. She's able to potentially navigate future relationships, probably avoid some mistakes that she has made, and even walk away if she feels like something is off. So no, I personally don't think that, I don't see this as spending 10K on a man. I see it as investing in some knowledge to build the kind of life that she wants. If a peaceful, aligned relationship is like a major life goal for her, then I mean, invest all you want if it makes sense to you. Of course, and I mean, in the comment section, a lot of people are saying things like, I found my man on Hinge for free. Okay, cool, but we don't know what's going on in your relationship either. Like, the fact that something was free doesn't necessarily mean that it's functional, right? There are people who found love for free and they're still in therapy together, or they probably need to be, even if they're currently not, they probably need to be, in a marriage counseling session together. And really, about the coach himself, some people say, he's just selling information that's on the internet. But yeah, I mean, why is it that people still end up in toxic or abusive relationships, even with all of the information that's available online? The truth is, a lot of people don't always necessarily know how to apply it. And that's where coaches come in. Like, if he has done the work, he has read the books, he has gathered all the patterns, and created a framework and is consciously dedicating his time to walk people through it, then yeah, by all means, he deserves to charge as much as he feels he is worth or his time is worth. I wouldn't fault, a fitness trainer for charging to tell you things that you could technically Google. I wouldn't, like, why would I then fault a dating coach? Is 10K a lot? Yeah, I mean, probably, but you also have to think about it. Like, it depends on the access, it depends on the time and commitment, it depends on the results, the transformation that this person is getting. And I'm not gonna fault someone for, charging what they believe their work is worth. So yeah, like, I don't fault either of them, but the coach and the person being coached. Like, I feel like, many people could benefit from actually being intentional in this area. Like it blows my mind. We're intentional about every other thing. Like, people go get a mentor for their career. People, get a fitness coach for, their health patterns, for their fitness and nutrition. If you want a partner, like if you want someone for a lifetime, if you want to be with someone for the rest of your life, why is it so mind-blowing that you like want to invest in a dating coach for that? Like, why is it shocking? I don't get it. Yeah, like, let me know what you guys think about this, and thank you for watching this video. If you hit subscribe, please do, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Okay, I feel like everyone on this app is talking about how this girl spent $10,000 on a dating coach and talking about how insane it is. And I actually want to give another perspective because I actually think it's one of the smartest decisions she could have made. And I want to talk about it from a consumer perspective as well as a business perspective. The girl who spent $10,000 for a dating coach, she said that she makes over $1 million a year. She's a business owner. I don't know if it's her business that makes over $1 million a year or if it's herself. That's her take-home pay. But let's say conservatively, really conservatively, she makes 150K a year, right? 10K is only 6.7% of her income. And I know some of you out there spend more than 6.7% of your income on frivolous things like a trip with the girlfriends or stuff like that. So that's not that much money for her. And she is investing in one of the most important decisions that you can make, especially a woman can make. Who you marry literally will determine, your financial success in a lot of ways, your happiness. A lot of times they even say women's health goes down when they marry their partners, especially if it's the wrong partner. So she is really spending money on something that's like super invaluable, to be honest. And then a lot of you guys are also saying she paid for advice that her friends gave her. Now, how many of us have friends who shouldn't be dating their partners or who we think shouldn't be dating their partners? There's only so many times we could tell them that. And then also a lot of us won't be super honest with them because we are also worried about our relationship with them. Are they going to be mad at us? Are they going to think we're jealous, etc., etc.? And let's be honest, a dating coach is more of somebody who's kind of like a life coach. It's more about how you show up in dating, how you present yourself, and less about like the actual guys that they're bringing to the table. She didn't pay for $1 million matchmaker. She paid for a dating coach, which I would say comes under kind of like the umbrella of mental health. Like, your mental health has a lot to do with who you are dating or the men that you're pursuing or you're in relationships with. And I would say, like, even myself, I pay for therapy, I pay for life coaching, and they often are not telling me things that are much different than my mom tells me. It's just that when it comes from like another unbiased source, it is a lot easier for me to take that advice. And I know that's true for all of you guys too. Okay, so now I want to talk about it from a business perspective. I think Anwar is so smart to charge the amount he's charging, and I think he's right for it because he is really helping with a service that is invaluable. You can't put a price on dating, on finding the right partner, on how to pick healthy relationships. You cannot put a price on it. And honestly, a lot of people are bad with it. And what business owners could learn from this is that if you're delivering a product that like the service is invaluable and you're helping cut down the time, because like I also believe in fate. This girl probably would have met her soulmate anyway. It might have been 5 years from now rather than a year. So if you're offering like a really big return, plus you're doing it in a short period of time, you do have to charge a lot for it because you are really delivering a service with a return on investment that is like you can't put a price on it, really. And I really believe that this girl, if you would have asked her, hey, like, you're going to get the same results, would you pay $20K for it? She would say yes. So don't hate on the girl. I honestly think it was one of the smartest decisions she ever could have made. And I think Anwar is charging what he needs to charge for a service that is truly invaluable.